It's crazy, but even if you're a hardcore PvP Chad in Throne of Liberty, you're gonna want to learn about cooking. You can make dishes that will help you in combat or will make your gold and item grind more efficient. So grab yourself a non-stick pan and let me tell you everything you need to know about the cooking system. Welcome to TL Academy, where we focus on tutorials, guides, and explainer videos. In this ultimate cooking guide, I will tell you about how the cooking system works in Throne of Liberty, how to level it up, what food buffs you can get, and some tips on how to become the most efficient chef in TL. Everything should be timestamped down below, so let's get into it. Alright, so how do you even start cooking? Well, you need to find yourself a campfire or a cooking oven like this. Interact with it and you're gonna get this menu. On the left, you're gonna have all the different recipes available. Of course, you're gonna have only a few as you start interacting with the system. And as you level up, more and more recipes are gonna become available. Now, generally, all cooking is split into 4 categories right now. It's attack, defense, miscellaneous, and utility. What you need to know is that you can stack 2 combat buffs together from food. They could be attack and utility or defense and utility. You cannot stack attack and defense foods together. You can also use miscellaneous foods. These are basically foods that help your grind efficiency. So let's take a look at the miscellaneous category first. We have a fishing mastery bonus food here, an XP bonus food, Solent bonus, which gives you more Solent as you grind in the open dungeons, for example. Experience bonus and Solent bonus again. These experience bonus foods are just useful for you when you're trying to level up from 1 to 50 or from 50 to 55, for example. And then there's also cooking mastery bonus food that helps you level up your cooking mastery. You can see the progress bar here on the left side with your level. Let's say my level is 15 and how far I am into the level. And there's of course Solent bonus and contract token efficiency, which means not only you're earning more Solent, but you're using your contract tokens, these abyssal contract tokens, more efficiently. You're getting more loot for the same amount. Well, it's 10%, not much, but better than nothing. And there's a mastery bonus food as well that helps you increase your mastery even more than you would without this bonus. So that's the miscellaneous. And then for attack, you have things like PvP hit, you have all hits, heal damage boost, bonus damage and skill damage boosts, things like that. Pretty useful. And then for defense, you can get food like all endurance, all evasion, or all endurance and heavy attack and evasion, for example. That's pretty useful. As well as damage reduction and debuff duration. All the defensive foods are here. And then utility is basically max health, health recovery, health regen, or mana regen, or both if you combine them sometimes. And now it looks like you can also craft the remedies in the cooking oven instead of the crafter. So as previously, you need the natural essence and some emerald ore to craft the defense remedy. For attack, you need the rubric ore with the natural essence, and then you can also craft purification remedies with the abyssal aggregate. But I would suggest to save this aggregate and create the purification stone that we have in the game, which looks like this. Alright, now that we know the different types of foods you can cook, how do you actually cook them? Well, you need these ingredients listed in the lineup over here. For example, for the vegetable stir fry, you need some herba, you need vegetable oil and salt. How do you even get these ingredients? Well, first of all, you can click on the ingredient here and press how to acquire, and it's going to tell you you get this one from Violent Harvester in Golden Rye Pastures. So you obviously can just go and farm for some of the ingredients, or you can visit these merchants and buy a limited amount of golden rye from them. I'll show you the efficient way to do that in a bit, but yeah, the ultimate answer is you're just getting these from the world harvesting, or you can get them from merchants, some of the ingredients from merchants. Also, for some of the food, like these defensive foods with fish in them, you'll see the ingredients are listed here on the right as well, and you can get this fish by interacting with the new fishing system in Throne of Liberty. I'm gonna have a video explaining how to fish in more detail separately, but generally you go fish for these ingredients, so you can switch different types of fish in and out for some of these recipes. Some of them require saltwater fish and some require freshwater fish. Another option for some of the ingredients is Amitoi expeditions. Of course, you can go and farm salt from these different areas, from Megalobster in Windhill Shores, for example. But the more efficient way is using your Amitois and kind of asking them to bring you some of the materials while you're grinding, farming, or even sleeping. So let's go to the Amitoi house and I'll show you. For example, I've unlocked all these areas for my Amitoi expeditions, and some of them will bring me rewards like salt, or have a chance to bring me rewards like salt. So let's claim the reward and see if we got any salt at all. This time we got 8 salt from this expedition. Now, while I'm recording this, I'm gonna send these Amitois on another expedition just for 1 hour, and this is the most efficient way for materials. If you're kind of grinding for salt, for example, just send them for an hour-long expeditions and check in every hour and see how much salt you've gotten. Of course, you can send them for 8 hours, but you're only getting just a little bit more salt chances to get salt, really. You're not getting 8 times more than if you did it 1 hour at a time. So if you're really struggling for some ingredient like salt, your best bet is to send Amitois on 1 hour long expeditions. All right, back to our cooking oven. So now we know how to cook different dishes and how to get the ingredients. How do we level up to get into these better recipes that come later and are initially locked behind the leveling system? Well, you can go through the different recipes that are available to you, and here kind of under the recipe, under the ingredients, you're gonna have a little prompt that tells you how much experience every recipe will give you. So what you're really looking for, see experience 5, experience 8, 4, 5. What you're really looking for is some dish that doesn't require too many rare ingredients, too many hard to get ingredients, but at the same time it gives a good amount of experience. As you go through the list, you're trying to find something like that. For example, this one, I have enough ingredients to craft, and it's going to give me 137 experience per craft, so I could maybe consider doing some of this food. Of course, you're focusing on the food you're gonna need in the early game as you're leveling up, so I would recommend starting with the soft steamed bird egg recipe. So this one is gonna get you 50% more Solent every time you go and grind an open dungeon. So you pop that and you're gonna be getting more Solent from every mob. Now you don't need much for it, you just need some eggs. You can get lizard eggs from Saradoma, you can get sandworm eggs from the sandworm lair, and you can get terror bird eggs from the nesting grounds. You see the mobs are listed here. And of course you can buy some eggs at the merchant. They're limited amounts that you can buy from the merchants every day, but if you're diligent and stacking up your eggs every day, you're gonna have a lot of them in no time. I'm gonna show you how to do that in a second. Things like these are good to level up early. Let me craft a few, like 5 of them, and see how that looks. All right, we're crafting. And see what we got. We got 2 green recipes, which means this food is gonna be work for 30 minutes. We got 2 successes and 1 great success, which means one of these recipes is now sellable on the auction house. Let's check out our inventory. You'll see that in the inventory there are recipes that have these brown border, like this one or this one, for example. The brown border means that you can sell them on the auction house. They don't go for a lot at the moment, but it's an option for you to sell them on global if you have great success crafts. Alright, so again, let's reiterate the benefits of cooking. I'm gonna actually pop some food buffs and we'll see how that looks. So I'm choosing max health 300 food, that's a utility food. And then once the cooldown is over, I can also select one of the attack or defensive foods to pop. So I'll pop this one, for example. And now if we check our buffs, you'll see that I have one utility food running, 29 minutes left, and one defensive food running, 29 minutes left as well. So that's basically what you can do. That's why it's beneficial. It's quite strong. Some of the foods like this one, all endurance and heavy attack evasion defenses for a tank, pretty important. Or you can go for an attack food like all hit and skill damage boost, again pairing with a utility food like max health or health recovery and mana recovery. This pretty much boosts your recovery pretty significantly, and it's like a regen food after you've died and want to get back to full health, full mana. This is what you would be popping. And actually this is a food that is good to level your cooking as well. You're not going to have it at the beginning, but as you go into utility, you can see that you can make honey rye cookies, and then you can make healthy milk with just routine and milk from the vendor. Once you have those two ingredients, you go into honey sponge cake and you combine the cookie that you made with the healthy milk to create a honey sponge cake, and it gives pretty significant amount of experience. So this is something that can be useful for you in battle and level up your cooking quite a bit as well. Now, as I mentioned already, some of the ingredients you can buy from the vendor. This is a sundries merchant that you're going to be looking for food ingredients. And milk, you can see it's unlimited. Unlike eggs, there's a daily limit of 10 eggs per day. So milk, you can buy as many as you want. Now, in order to really unlock the high tier recipes in cooking and grind it out, you're gonna have to be efficient and you're gonna have to be disciplined, especially around like fishing pretty regularly, and also buying the ingredients from the merchant so that they're available for you to make into the food that you want, either for leveling or for combat. So what's the best way of utilizing these sundries merchants? Alright, so in terms of efficiency, it looks like they've removed the different cooldowns across the different regions in the vendors for the food ingredients. So instead, you just go to any sundries merchant, you buy your 30 eggs for the day, the 10 golden rye, and 5 honey. And that's pretty much all the cooldown ingredients that you need to buy every day. You still need to be diligent, but you don't have to go to all the different regions like Kanina and Watcher's Post. Let's just go and confirm that just in case, so that we have put these ingredients on cooldown now that we bought them. Yep, eggs are on cooldown, golden rye and honey are on cooldown. Golden rye and honey didn't even show up in this vendor before, now they are here, so any vendor works for the daily buyout. That's pretty much what you need to do every day. Try to buy those materials and it's gonna make your cooking much easier. Okay, so what have we covered so far? You're gonna want to engage with this cooking system in order to be stronger in combat, or in order to make your grind more efficient, whether it's mastery, solent, cooking mastery, or fishing experience. Whatever it is, it's going to be quicker if you use some of this food. So level it up and start cooking and using these buffs. All right, what else have we covered? We know how to get the different ingredients either from overworld farming or getting to merchants efficiently every day and buying the cooldowns such as eggs and golden rye and honey. We also know that we can send Amitoys on their little expeditions. The more we send them, the more resources we get, or at least the chance to get more resources from them. We discussed the importance of cooking and how you can stack 2 buffs in combat situations like attack and utility, or defense and utility. So that pretty much covers everything you need to know about cooking at this stage. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button. If you have any additional questions, feel free to join my Discord or leave them in the comment section down below. But for now, remember that Knowledge is currency in Throne of Liberty. So subscribe and let's keep learning together. For now, Crazy Trick out.
What? My gran could do better. And she's dead.